Good morning. As you can see, it's a bit overcast this morning and I've just come down the back to check on the animals, see how they're going. Spells is here to come up for a rub. She thinks that's pretty good. Ain't ya? Hey? You're a good old girl. So I've just come back down the back to check that everyone's where they're meant to be this morning. And they're only just waking up now that they've seen me. So that's good. And I was just coming down to check on Rambo because we tailed and vaccinated and bunged an ear tag in his ear so we can identify him and work out which mum he belongs to as they grow up, even though they are very, very different. They still all look the same. So where's Rambo? His white face. Rambo mustn't be too far away. Where's your baby? Where's your baby? There he is over there. His little ears poking up out of the grass. There he is. He's looking fine. So we'll pop up some more videos of what we did during the week. It's been quite a busy week. I've done quite a bit of animal movements this week. For the next couple of weeks we'll be doing lots of animal movements while trying to keep up with the grass that's coming through and graze it off in the best I can with the equipment I've got. I've got about 9 rolls of electric tape and quite a few stepping posts that we move around at the moment. And I'm one short. I need one more to keep up with the movements in this back paddock.
So now that we've pulled out these trees at the back of the veggie garden, what we think we're going to do is build a new raspberry patch. We've worked out after a couple of years that our raspberry patch, there's 2 lines. One is, they're too close together, we can't get between them, so we're going to build another raspberry patch here, and so we can get to the front and the back of the raspberry. So have 2 effectively, one here and one where it still is, because I think the raspberries are also choking out the blueberries. But you live and learn with these sorts of things. So I've asked my dear husband if he could, with the dingo, rip a couple of lines here so I can start building the garden, because raspberries, like blueberries, like acidic soil, so I'd like to start preparing the bed over autumn and then be able to plant them in winter. So that's the plan. Here we go. The dingo begins. And just like that, we have a new raspberry. Now I've just got to dig out all the criteria, add lots of different amendments, cow poo, chicken poo, some sulphur, and get it ready. Build it, fellas. We'll get there. I'm in the raspberry patch, and just to show you why we're building another raspberry bed, because I'm in the middle of this and it's very difficult. It's very overgrown and you can't get to either side of the bush without really heading through the bush. It's a bit tricky and I'm a bit worried about snakes. So when this row, the front row, which is the autumn raspberries, finish, we'll dig those up and we'll put them in our new bed. But for the meantime, I have to slash through the raspberry jungle, and they are starting, the autumn ones are starting to come along, the summer ones are nearly done. But there's lots and lots of flowers, so hopefully we'll get a good bunch. But yes, this is the reason we're making another raspberry bed. For those that haven't seen, these are raspberries, but they're yellow raspberries. I got it given a couple of vines of those Are they a vine? No, they're just a plant, I think. And I'm not sure, I might pull them out. I'm not such fans. They're really hard to find. And they do taste like raspberries. Just not as wrapped, and they're not certainly not as big as the raspberries. But I'll pick these ones. These are the raspberries you're after. These yummy ones here. And you can see there's a few starting to ripen up. It's a bit of an effort to get them, but I'm up for the challenge because they're delish. In the blackberry row, and we've got stacks of blackberries, and they're just starting to ripen up. I've picked a few today, but they are just starting to really ripen. As you see, there's going to be stacks. And I planted this, oh, there's a raspberry there. I planted this blackberry. Well, there's about 3 here actually, and they're a thornless variety, so it's very nice picking these as opposed to the raspberries. You don't get scratched, but looking forward to some yummy blackberries. So there's my berry harvest for this morning. I haven't harvested for the last couple of days. So a couple of blueberries, not as many blueberries this year. And as you can see, the blackberries are coming along, some raspberries, and still lots of strawberries. A couple of the rows of the strawberries aren't doing as well, but still, that's a nice dessert for us. And it feels like it's about to rain, so rain is not the friend of berries. You really want to pick those before it rains. It really dilutes the flavour, and it makes them go quite mouldy quickly, especially when it's warm. So we'll get those in the fridge. I was down at the house fixing up the chickens, and I could hear this racket, and now I know what it is. The girls are patiently waiting for Robert to fix up the new brake because they're ready to move. It's been 3 days, so this will be their 3rd spot. He's mowed this bit, or the bits that were left when they were in this one, and he'll do the same to this. There still is some feed in here, but it's time to move them on. And you can see them there. It's like they're lining up at school to get out to the gate to recess, isn't it? They're so funny. All right, moving time. Who's going to be first? Mama White.
Now just be slow. Don't be silly.
Oh, at least your Zuri didn't jump the fence this time. There they are. Just got to set the water up, the tote, and we'll get that from the bore, I think. Is that right? We'll get the next water from the bore?
Yeah.
Happy days. Break number 3. Oh, you can hear little Rambo down there. No more lambs yet. So that'll keep them happy for at least another 2 or 3 days.
3 days.
So Robert's just setting up the tote, and we've got the bore water going into the bigger tote, and then we'll empty that into there. Once they go down the back a little bit further, they've got the trough, and at the moment we don't have any other troughs set up, so but now we can get the bore water. Now I don't think I've shown you this, and you've seen in quite a few videos that we have lots of flies, and especially in summer, and when you've got animals, part and parcel of being on the farm and having animal poo around. So in an effort to reduce the flies, Robert purchased these traps, and they're called fly hunters. So you can see, I think we've had them for probably about a week.
Yeah, if that.
If that, and it comes with dry ingredients in the bottom, and you mix them up, and then it takes 24, 48 hours to work. But basically you can see the flies go in and they get caught. Look at all the flies. There'd be at least 2.5 centimetres of flies in there, and then once it's full you chuck it out. But you can see all the flies hanging around. So we've got about 4 up. We've got 3 around the house, and 1 down near the pigs, and we feel that it's working, that there's less flies. I don't know if it's just our imagination, but they certainly are working because they're catching them, and any less flies means less flies that are going to be laid and are going to be around. So
They're great. I think they're great.
yeah, we're pretty happy how they're working. So we will purchase those again. As I said, we've got a few fly hunter traps around. This is one close to the house, and this one's done fabulous as well. There's a good couple of centimetres in that, so that's great. One down hanging off around the veggie garden. That hasn't got as many, but that's to be expected. Not as much fodder around for them. The trap hanging down sort of near the orchard, that's got 1 centimetre in it as well. And this trap is out near the pig pen. Hello pigs! And that's probably hasn't got as many. I thought they might have more in this, being that's around the pigs. So that's 5 traps in total, and they're doing a fab job. Thank you, Fly Hunter. Back in the garden, like most days. Check out this tomato. Look at all the tomatoes on it. But what I've done wrong this year is I've neglected to do a good job at naming my tomatoes. A lot of them I did put a name on them, and then it's rubbed off, and some of them I haven't put one on at all and thought I'd remember, but I haven't. So I'm not sure what this one is. It sort of looks like a bit of a tigerella because it's got sort of stripes on it, but it is prolific. Oh, there's a little bee in my new zucchini. So this is a zucchini I've never grown before, and it's quite a light coloured zucchini. I'll have to go and have a look at what the name is. I thought it was Bianca. Anyway, it's looking good. Thank you, bees. Update on the big Malacca. So she got big, she got really big, and then she started ripening, and I left it, and then I saw a little bug hole. I thought, ooh, we're not going to get to eat this. And then yesterday, I thought tomorrow I'm going to pull it off, and I'll give it to, I think I'm going to give it to the chicken caravan. But this morning I came out, something's really got into it. So let's get it off, and we'll give it to the chickens. So here she is. She's massive, and something's been enjoying it. I think some birds have got to that. I'm going to go and give it to the chicken caravan. I reckon they'll like it. So the chicken caravan's way down the back of the home paddock at the moment. We had a really warm day yesterday. It was 38 degrees, so we've popped it under this lovely tree, but made sure that the caravan's out the way of a limb just in case it drops. Hello girls and boys, look what I've got. Special treat. Look. What do you think about that? Thinking. Yes. That won't take long for them to devour the big Malacca. Sadly, I was going to use it in a relish. Not to be. You're wondering why that chook hare's got blue on it. I've just transferred her out of the orchard because she was broody and sitting in the road in the pen, and I've moved her out here because we could fit another one in here. So I painted her just in case she escaped. There you go, girls and boys. Enjoy. Not only are they enjoying the tomato, but whatever bugs are in the tomato, they're enjoying that. Them too.
Tanya took a video of the animals moving into this next break, and it really is a joy to watch them come into the next break and see them with their heads down and bum up, eating away. They're really enjoying the moving system, not putting too much pressure on them. They did a great job with the last break, and I'll sow some seed around on this break and then mow it as well, because down the bottom is really patchy. You can see some old thistles and reeds that have come up in there. But someone mentioned the other day how much work we do, and I thought about that for a while, and I was thinking it is a lot of work. There's a lot of walking and carrying and moving and doing things, and it's always never a dull moment. But when you do something that you really love, it's not really work at all. It's just starting to rain now, which is a nice bit of rain, so hopefully we get a bit out of this. But it really is a fun experience. And working with the belted Galloways, they're such gentle, quiet cattle. And these sheep, there's probably 6 or 7 in the flock that we can walk up to in the paddock and have a pat and say hello. Here's old green tag. She's such an old sheep. She's a lovely old girl. I don't think she'll ever get condition on her. But all the others are looking really good. There's Whiteface there with her baby Rambo, who will come down later today when it stops raining, and tag her and tail her, and if his nuts have dropped down, we'll put a ring on them as well. I've set up the tote, and now this time we've got the bore runs directly into this tote here, so that'll constantly keep that full. And I've got a float valve on this little quarter tote, which will keep that full. I said the other day that I'll probably get 5 weeks out of this back paddock, and I think I'll probably only get 2 weeks. I've got another 4 breaks, and they're getting 3 days in each break. The last one will be a bit longer because it's a lot bigger break. But then they've got lots of feed coming along in the other paddocks. They'll go up into the long paddock. I want to get the cattle into the cattle yards when they're up towards the end there, and then I can run them directly into the cattle yards before I send them up the long paddock, which is up across the top and runs all the way down to the front of the property.
It's a big day for Mama and her 3 baby chicks. She's moved out of the maternity ward into the first coop. Look at everybody else has gone, why can't I go in there? So I've locked her in. I'll keep her in here for probably 2 or 3 days, let the chicks get used to being out of the little pen. I'll still bring the pullets in at night, but I should be able to get them out in the morning okay. And then eventually she can go out in general population. They seem to be doing well. I'd like to get them out in the grass as soon as possible.
I'm down in the back paddock, and I set up the next fence. I need another reel to run another line there. I'm one short. I've got the kit back at the house to make up another reel, so I've just checked the animals and they're all good. And I brush cut it along the fence line because the grass was way up over the first hot wire, which is on the bottom on my makeshift fence along the creek, and I jumped on the other side into the creek area and started cutting back all the blackberries, because I found there's 3 beautiful bottle brush trees here in flower, and I've opened that one up. That was covered in blackberries, but there's another one there too. There's 4 or 5 bottle brushes in there, so I'll cut all the blackberries back off the trees and give them a chance to grow. It's a bit of a job hacking through all the blackberries. I don't want to do too many because they're just starting to come into fruit, and we pick a lot of the blackberries. I think we've still got about 5 kilos in the freezer from last year, which I have for dessert.
I'm in the orchard with my friends. You can hear them, you can see them. Just tidying up the mandarin tree. I got lots of yummy mandarins, but now they're all a bit big and old and dry, so I'm pulling them off the tree and picking them off the ground just to clean up the area. It's a pity nothing likes citrus. Chooks won't eat them, pigs won't eat them, but into the compost. And I thought, ooh, I wonder if some apples are ready. Because there's some nice looking apples, a few good sizes. There are quite a few. I tried one a couple of weeks ago and it wasn't ready, so I might just have another go. Maybe I'll just pick one of these. Hopefully they don't all fall off. Ooh. What better way to know if they're ready than take a bite? Getting there. They'll get a little bit sweeter, but better than 2 weeks ago, so yum, apples. So thanks for watching again, and we'll see you next week back on the farm.